What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. We are the NBA podcast of the people, your home for lukewarm takes and substandard analysis. I'm Titus Two Shots Dominguez, and tonight it's just the two of us, and it's Chris Gorman, the stats man, with me. What's up, Chris?
Hey,
Hit him with the stats.
it's the Wolves, man. The Wolves since Christmas. We'll get into it, but they are 16-2 against teams with a below 500 record, which is
Oh,
something they were not doing. So you like to see them beat the bads.
yep. You don't want to play down to your competition. They're doing that. That's great. 16-2. Nice record there against the bottom dwellers.
They're
No
looking
Joey
good.
tonight. He is recovering from his golfing trip, vacation, fun time, work. I think it was a work trip
It
actually.
was work,
Work, but he
work.
flew in, so work. He unfortunately could not join us tonight, and understandable, Joey. Rest up, man. Get ready for next week. We got a fun show tonight. We're going to update our tier rankings. If you're joining us on YouTube, you can see the screen right now. We've got our tiers. This is from our last time we did tiers, which was, you said, Chris, 12-12?
12-12, December of the 12th. It's been
December
3
of
months.
the
There's been a lot of
12th.
action in the last 3 months.
a lot of action. If you're seeing our list right now, you're probably having some laughs, probably some shocks, some surprises as we were loading this up. Me and Chris kept saying this. What a different time in the league.
What a time before,
What a
back when
time.
it was boring, right? We were
Yep.
like, yeah, now it's
now
not
it's
so much.
now it's entertaining now that the Lakers are relevant. Great. Yeah, so we're gonna go through our old tiers real quick, just an update, and then me and Chris are gonna go ahead and debate the new tiers, who we think we should be in these new brackets, the teams that we have in these new spots. So, first we'll start at the bottom. We had the trash teams with the Pelicans, 76ers, Blazers, Toronto, Utah, and Washington Wizards. Those will most likely all still be there. We'll see. In our tier after that, we had what? And that is the Spurs, Pistons, Bulls, Nets, and Hornets. The tier after that, we had you can have them, and that was the Bucks, Lakers, Clippers, Kings, Heat, Pacers. After that, we had I don't know what this is, but I like it, or I don't know what this is, but I don't like it. I don't, I don't know what this tier is, but we like it. It was the Mavs, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Golden State, Phoenix Suns, and the Atlanta Hawks. And then the tiers were originally doubt and no doubt, but we changed them to right there and the top because I feel like that's a great way as we lead into the playoffs. These are the teams that are the top, and the teams that are right there, just below the top, were the Cavs, the Rockets, the Knicks, the Grizzlies, and the Magic. And then our top tier last time we did this was Boston and Thunder. So, Chris, just quickly here, seeing that old one, what do you think there? Anything standing out to you?
What should we? I
Should
mean,
we?
should we just take
Yeah,
out the elephant in the room here?
yeah,
Talk about the craziest, the trade that we could not have predicted.
yes. So Mavs and Lakers are probably something wild. So obviously we had the Mavs at the top of the I don't know what this is, but I like it tier as we were like, hey, look, we like this with Luka, even though he's hurt, but we don't know exactly what's going on. And the Lakers were like, you can have him. And then of course they made the biggest trade in the history of the NBA, and here we are. So yeah, let's start there. Where did you end up putting the Mavs?
What?
Okay,
To me,
perfect.
I can't. It's just like
That's where I
what?
had him too. What?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
that is just the sentiment of was like what?
It's
What
not even you can
happened?
have them because nobody wants them. You can't even
Yeah,
say you can have them. Like it's just so sad what
it's
has
just so
happened to this.
sad. I mean, and I don't feel like they've crossed the threshold into trash just yet because technically they still have Anthony Davis and what's
And they're
left
still,
of
hey,
yeah,
honestly, you can still say they're competitive.
yeah.
This guy, Brandon Williams, has been averaging like 30, it's not 30, but at least like 20 points a game, it feels like, for this team. Um, so they're still getting buckets from players. The problem is they're running out of players.
Yeah, it's spiraling fast there for the
Unbelievable.
Mavs. Unbelievable turn of events. Um, I have no words. So yeah, I definitely have the Mavs there. As far as the Lakers go, I have them up in right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because you could put them like I don't know what this is, but we kind of know what this is.
Yeah, we kind of know what it is.
We kind I think like that maybe I'll put them here for now at the end of right
Yeah,
there.
we'll kind
Maybe
of
they
shuffle
can.
the we'll shuffle the tiers once we kind of get them locked in. But I think they belong in that tier. Because I think if I don't know if the bracket breaks right for them, they're right there, which is
It's
weird.
so weird that on paper it's just like they have Rui Hachimura as their backup center along with Dory
Yeah,
Finney-Smith. And Jackson Hayes isn't even really much of a starting center to begin with, and they're still right there. It's
yeah,
so
it's
crazy
right
when
there.
you have that much talent in Luke and LeBron. It could
Yeah.
it could fix a lot of your holes.
Oh, has there been an update on LeBron's injury? Is he going to be out for significant time, or is it just
I heard just like week by week.
week by week?
Honestly, I think it's just a thing where he probably would have taken a break around this time anyways.
Ah, okay. And he's
It
just like,
feels
yeah.
like he
So
got the team into a good position. They were the 2 seed for a minute there. And it's a little high. Maybe they don't need to be that
yeah,
high.
he's like, whoa,
Come
whoa, whoa,
down to
slow
three to
down
yeah.
here.
They can be the 3 or 4 seed and still have a home court in the first round.
My legacy can't take another hit. Losing as a 2 seed. All right,
Maybe that was what it
maybe
was.
that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so Lakers definitely moved up there. Um, how do you want else to want to do this? Did you have another team that you felt, maybe made a significant move, or do you feel like you maybe just want to start at the different tiers and see if anybody's moved?
Um. Okay. Let me just make
Yeah,
sure. I
I'm
want to
looking
make
at
sure we
my
can talk about most of these teams.
yeah. So I would say the tier that grew the most for me was the trash
Okay.
tier. That definitely grew where I felt like now that the seasons we know who people are, and I think maybe I can point out one team in particular here as the Phoenix Suns. That we had them in the I don't know what this is, but I like it tier the last
Ooh.
time we did this, but I think they're just trash now. And
Okay. I would have put them in what, but I can
what might
agree.
be a good what might be a good spot for them? And this is where we need Joey to be the tiebreaker
I
here.
think
But
it's more of it's
I
a
think you're
what because
you're right.
they're still competitive, right? They're
Yeah, they're
still
still
like
competitive.
night after night. You still think KD's trying to drop 30.
And maybe I'm thinking of the summer and if Katie's definitely gone, and then it's like, okay, what's happening? But I
And
think
they're
you're right. I
yeah.
think this is more of a what.
If
But
they only
yeah.
have Beal and Booker like going into next year with
Ugh.
Julius Randle, because of the trade they make. Um, yeah, maybe it's still like a what situation. Anyways, we can
Situation.
talk about that when it happens. But until then,
Julius Randle.
yeah,
I missed that there. Snuck that by me.
he's been playing great lately. He's been playmaking really well for them. I almost wanted to move the Timberwolves to right there, but I think they're right where they need to be. And I don't know
Yep.
what it is, but I like it. Right?
Yeah, I got them there in that
Do you
tier as
like it?
well.
Is it more of a like it thing now
I
with
don't
you,
know
or
if
is
I
it?
like it with them. I just
Yeah,
so the other thing I actually forgot when I was doing my tiers. I forgot that we added that little. I don't know what this is, but I like it. And I put
if I
this
thought
is
like
the,
it part.
I forgot the like it part. This was I just don't know what it is, and that's maybe where I'm at with the Timberwolves. It's like I just don't know what it is. I think it's
Okay, we'll give it. We still have 15 more games at
yep.
least, or 20
So there's still
more,
time.
depending 15 to 20 games. So we can leave that as is.
Yeah.
The other team I wanted to move up pretty significantly, kind of like at least 2 spots, are the Pistons. Out of from what
Yes.
to I don't know what it is, but I
But,
like
but I
it.
like it. Yes, I agree 100%. They made the same move for me. The what tier got pretty small for me, so I think that's
Which
interesting.
should happen around this time,
Yeah, around
right?
this time because now there's only so many teams that you're like, what on? But now we know who's trash. But yes, the Pistons definitely made a move. They've been playing great. Like you were saying, they were one of the best teams here in the last sort of month and a half.
They've been
So
fantastic. Cade
yeah,
Cunningham's been doing his thing. Tobias is getting his 15. Malik's hitting, all of his threes, and they're worth talking about. It's a
yeah,
great job over there by everyone in Detroit. So
I think they'll be a fun
I,
little playoff team. Interesting.
dude, just wait for them to someone's gonna upset the Bucks, right?
Yeah, I think
Whether it's Indiana after that game yesterday with Halliburton's 4-point winner, or or if it's Detroit, like one of those two teams are right there to upset the Bucks. So, and the Knicks aren't looking great either. So really, Indiana and Detroit are kind of the teams I feel like
Yeah, that
that
maybe
you could be like. That's
could
why.
do
Is it
something
worth?
sneaky.
Is it okay? Let's speaking of Indiana. Is it worth moving Indiana up, or is it still kind of a you can have them?
I had them and you can have them. I know they're playing great right now, but I do feel like there's a ceiling on their team. Just because of I think maybe where the Pistons are maybe still a little bit newer, since as far as this is like their first time really starting to kind of gel and come together. Where I feel like we saw the Pistons the Pacers last year. I think we're seeing them again this year as being a quality team, but I don't think they have another conference finals run in them. I don't think that's there,
Yeah,
but maybe
I
this
think I
year's just a little bit,
agree.
yeah. But yeah, maybe not. You can have them. Maybe you want to put them up into I don't know what this is, but I like it.
The Pacers.
The
We're still
Pacers,
talking. We're still
yeah,
pacing with them.
still pacing with them. I could
I
maybe
don't
like,
know.
is that too high? Okay,
But it's like the Bucks and the Pacers should where should the Bucks be? Should the
the
Bucks?
Bucks should be. I think you can have them. I think that's where I had them. They're staying in that
Yeah,
range.
because both of these teams, I just feel like if they win a playoff round, that's it, and that's going to be. I don't think that's really an accomplishment for either team. They're just
Yeah,
kind of middle. They're just kind of here in the middle.
yeah,
Each fan base is like kind of happy, but not really that happy about it. And really looking at it from the outside, I would look at that and be like, as a Bulls fan, I'd be like, you can have it. Like
yeah.
it's not
That's
even
not.
that
Yeah,
good.
that's not
I,
that
I don't
good.
even I'm not even that jealous of what talent you have over there. Even though you have Giannis and Dame, it's still not.
We got our playing
It
games,
doesn't look
and
like it. Yeah, we got.
it's basically the same
It's
thing.
just the Milwaukee just feels so stale. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Every time I watch them, I'm like,
I
I,
think
I
you're
love
right.
seeing I love seeing Dame try to like give orders going down the court on defense, and then just blowing, letting an open
Blowing the
three
assignment.
happen right by him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he misses his assignment, and I'm like, what do you? Okay,
he's orchestrating. He's a maestro out there. On
yeah.
defense. Dave.
So I think Pacers and Bucks feel pretty good where
Okay.
they are.
Maybe we could stay here then in the you can have them tier because I that tier is pretty much locked up for me with the other two teams we have in there, and I have one team from that tier that I moved,
Okay,
and that was Miami Heat. I have them down in the what tier.
yeah, it's definitely a what
It's like
Joey.
a yeah.
Joey, yeah, I don't know if you're listening to this or not, but you were right, bud. When we did our wins for the second half, I was like, "The Heat
Yeah.
are pretty good still." You're like, no, they're not. I'm like, what do you? I guess not. And sure enough, dude, this team does not care. Or maybe the culture just ran out, right? They
Yeah.
finally
Jimmy
new
took the culture
presidency
with him.
came in, and the culture is gone in Miami. I don't know, but
You would think they'd
something's
be
missing.
hard nose in Miami still, but I
Maybe a
guess
hard
not.
nose, right? I don't know.
No, yeah, something's missing in Miami. I think this seems like a bit of a transition period for them. Obviously, moving on from Jimmy Butler and things like that. It does feel like a what? Like, all right, what is this exactly? It's Tyler Hero in pieces and bam and
Yeah,
okay, but yeah, so it's a what for me. But then, as far as you can have them, Clippers, Kings, I felt like those teams were securely in the you can have them, particularly the Kings. I guess Kawhi is technically playing for the Clippers, and anything can happen. But
he's played 20 games. He's not
yeah,
going to play. He's not going to play enough playoff games that you need. Right?
yeah,
You can't. He's not reliable.
that's why they're still in there for me. Where it's like, yeah, I guess
I think these four teams are the perfect you can have them teams
yes,
because they're very good. They're competitive, but nobody is jealous of these fan bases right
yeah,
now.
no,
Right?
yeah,
Like even the Kings are on a run lately, like you're saying. But
yeah.
yeah,
But all
Clippers
right,
are eighth, Knicks are ninth, which is the equivalent of being fourth and fifth in the East, where the Bucks and Pacers are.
which is
So
insane. Well, that's perfect then. I think that's the four. Any other teams you would add to that list, or do you think we should just keep them as a little division there? You can have a
if you can
division.
have them, okay. So there's a couple teams. The Magic. Let's talk about the Magic real quick.
Okay,
Where
yeah,
is
let's
this
bring them
team?
up.
Like I don't know what this is. I don't know if I like it anymore.
That's
Right? Like
okay. That could be a
they
good
keep
spot
getting
for them.
hurt. This maybe at the end of this because I don't. I would rather still. They still have talent on this team. I don't expect them to do anything though. But they're
Yeah,
not. You can like they still have potential.
I had them in what?
You know what? Okay,
Yeah, and I think it's
maybe I
because
could. Yeah,
it's like a okay now. I know they were right there in that in that I don't know what this is, but I like it tier. But to me, I'm like, it's like I don't know what this is. I mean, it's obviously it's great defense, but the offense just doesn't seem to be there. Even when Powell's been back, and Suggs is out, and it seems to be like a major issue. It's just weird. It's like I don't know what this is anymore. I thought I knew what this was, or I didn't know what this was, but I liked it. But now I'm not sure I do, and that's why they're in the what for me.
They have the third worst defensive or offensive rating and the second best defensive rating. So it's definitely a what kind of
Yeah,
situation
it's like
here.
what's going
Like
on?
how are you this good defensively if you're
Yeah,
this bad offensively?
that is a wild swing.
Yeah, and they just they're the only team that could lose 97-84 like 6 times a year,
Yeah.
like this season. It feels like
Yeah,
the team won't score over 90 because they just have no range anymore. I mean, Kobe dropped like 40 on them, right? The
yeah.
other
This
last
is the
week
Kobe
for the
game.
Bulls. So the Bulls are the perennial what team. There's nothing
Okay, yeah.
there's nothing
Well,
to say there.
I actually moved him down to trash, but
Trash. Okay.
I thought maybe with Joey
You know
not
what,
on the pod tonight, we
Joey?
could.
He's not here. He's not here, right? We
He's not
can.
here. He's not here to make an argument for you could have him maybe, or I don't know what this is
I
gonna
moved him
look
so
at.
fast. I just said say less. So yeah, no,
Say
there's.
less. I had him in the trash. It was me, Joey. I want Joey to know it was me.
Let him
Uh,
know it was me.
I don't
They
know it was
are
me.
19th in net rating.
Is that what they
It's
were?
22nd in they're 22nd in the
Oh,
league in
yeah.
net rating.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, I just think they're trash right now, and mostly, I don't necessarily know if I'm talking. I guess players, yes, to some extent, but I think they got some guys that are at least fun to watch. But I just think organizationally they're kind of trash. So
I think we were nice having them in what for as long as we did.
yeah,
And it's like they still have these players that you can like be like, oh, Josh Giddey's pretty
yeah.
good. We're gonna pay him like $100 million this summer, but
Please don't. Matas
and
is the
then
yeah. Like honestly, the only thing that's even remotely exciting to me is Matas, but it's
what is Mata's ceiling? Is it
that's
Franz Wagner?
I don't know. I think that's the thing. Like, I really don't know. It's just, and that's maybe what's sad about it to me. Why they're trash, is because it's just that he's at least a player. I don't know what he is. You know what I mean? Where P. Will,
Yeah,
Cody, Giddy, I know what they are. Like they're just mid guys, and there's no excitement there. So that
but that's
maybe
why
could,
even if I am getting excited, like what we could have had in
yeah,
Franz Wagner in a hypothetical situation is what we're hoping out of Matas. It
yeah,
feels like, and even Franz isn't that good. Like we just have
yeah,
Magic in the what tier, and this is
yeah.
Franz on a max now. So I don't know, but
I guess that's
yeah, I
what it
think
is.
this feels right.
Yeah, it feels right. It's time. The time has come. Next year we could
Yeah,
maybe talk about moving it back up.
we can move. Yeah, we can talk ourselves into like I don't even know what they would do. Like Patrick Williams is, we see like a mixtape in the offseason
Yeah,
of him
has a good
throwing up
preseason or
threes,
something.
right? He plays in the summer league or
Yep.
does something. Yeah, he wouldn't do that, but it would be weird.
Get some blocks
Um,
or something.
all right, I was trying to keep track of. All right, so we talked about the Heat for a second,
Mm-hmm.
the Bulls. We can stop talking about the Bulls. The Bulls
Yeah.
are the Orlando. Oh, another team I wanted to bring up, the Hawks.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's been a while. It's just seeing the Hawks here for this long feels
Yes.
weird. This is definitely still. I don't know if I'm confident enough to put just because I don't even pay that much attention to them.
Yeah. Me neither.
They're not trash. I can't confidently say they're trash. Um,
Okay.
they
I had
have
him.
pieces like Jalen. You have them
I
trash.
had him trash, but I think you
Yeah,
might be right. I think you brought up a great point of I have not been paying attention to him, so I probably
I
shouldn't
don't
be
want to
so.
disrespect the
Yeah.
team that like they're
Yeah. You're
still a
right.
playoff team.
Yeah. You're right.
Trey Young. Like
Trey
people
Young.
hate Trey Young. I know you're like a huge Trey Young guy, so
Die hard, obviously.
yeah. Dyson Daniels is averaging nearly 3 steals a game. Or no, it's actually 3.0.
Wow.
So that's absurd what he's
That's
able to do there.
it is a number.
It is a number. And then Ricochet is the number one overall pick. That's enough to say about that. He's not really doing
Yeah.
anything.
He was the number one overall pick this
That's
past
the number one
season,
overall pick.
and he plays for the Atlanta Hawks.
This is definitely a what team because they
Yeah, I
had
think
like
you're right.
Dyson Daniels is nice. Trey's fine. Who would have thought with Trae Young though, if you had said like when that Luka trade happened, like who would still be on their team 5 years
Yeah.
from now? And it's
Wow.
of course Luka is the one that gets moved off and gets shit on the way out too. It's
Being a little
unbelievable. It's
thick.
still
That is wild. Now that you put it there, 'cause I never thought about that. 'Cause obviously they were traded for each other, right? Or they're
essentially, yeah, and then like
essentially
a couple of
their
first
rights or
rounds
the pick.
picks.
Yeah. So yeah, trade for each other. It had you at a couple years in. Who's going to be on their team in the next 5 years? And yeah, you would have never thought it would be Trey and not Luca.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And
So yeah, I agree with that. Definitely a what team.
definitely a what. Good
Yeah,
what.
definitely a what. Good what. I'm trying to see what other teams have we not hit. I mean, do we need to really touch on a lot of these trash teams, or we maybe want to do a quick run through of?
I was just gonna say the Nets and Hornets. The
Yeah,
Hornets are trash.
yeah. Hornets are trash. Put them down there.
Pelicans, can we say it? Like Zion did have a 20-point triple double. I know Shaq wasn't really impressed by it, but it, if Zion, I barely want to say it, but if
What are we doing here, bud?
Zion,
What are you doing here, bud?
Zion,
Zion.
they beat the Clippers like yesterday, so maybe it's recency bias. But he had a 22, 10 rebounds, 12 assist game. If he,
This
how
is
many games
flashes.
has he
This is
played
like
this year?
Ben Simmons
Before
level flashes right now for me.
he's played 20. That was 27. His 27th game this year, so he'll probably get maybe 40 games if he's lucky this season.
Don't do it,
If he
Chris.
can get to 40, can we?
Why are you doing it?
You know what? Fine. The Pelicans are still trash, but it's just I want to believe in the Fat Man.
I
You know,
know. When he plays, he's awesome, man. I mean, there's just no ways around it. But it's just it's to the point now. He's maybe towards like Embiid levels of,
it's
hey, man, you're
it's
not a
there. Ooh,
court.
that'd be a good
Yeah,
side by side to see who's
yeah.
actually worse.
Like you're not
I
on the
think Embiid is
court.
still worse, but that is.
Yeah, I actually think. Oh wow. Oh man, I don't know. Embiid was MVP.
Oh, I mean, in terms of games played,
Oh yeah, it's probably close. Well,
actually,
Embiid's done for the
Zion might be
year.
worse. Zion might be because Zion's at 24, 61, 29, 70, and 27.
Oh wow.
So like that's next level. But yeah, no, Zion's worse. Okay, all right. Pelicans are still trash, even
Yep.
though yeah, let's just say the organization does everything right with this team. They've drafted Trey Murphy, they've drafted
Yeah.
Alvarado, and all these players. They just keep getting hurt, and
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Zion might end up on the Bulls at some point. This just feels like.
I can talk myself into that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think I was watching a YouTube video where somebody's talking about like, and maybe Zion, if the Pelicans want to move off him, like, you know what? If that happened though, I'd be geeked out about it. I'd be like, you know what? If he's healthy,
You know what? Yeah,
I'd be doing
yeah.
what you were just doing. I'd be, all right. But if we get 30 games, 40 games, that's great.
Better than
Better than nothing.
60 of Patrick, right?
Yeah.
The Nets are still a what to me, only in the
Okay.
sense that they win games.
Yeah.
Or maybe I should stop.
Yeah. I mean, I had him trash, but
They beat the Lakers. That's why I was like, they beat
yeah,
the
I mean,
Lakers, bro.
yeah, you got a tip of the cap there for beating the number 2 team in the West.
Yeah, but that's just
They're
one
feisty,
win.
but yeah.
This team actually okay. Now I'm looking at their last 6 games. They're 1-5 in the last 6.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
they're
that was
trash.
just because I saw it for a moment.
You
The Nets
saw
are
Lakers
trash.
win and you got excited.
Yeah, I'm like, oh wow, they're
Your
actually doing
LeBron hate
something.
came back out.
You're right. The Blazers are 28-38. It's not total
Yeah, no,
trash.
it's not total trash. I think I meant to move them up. They're in my
Kind of
trash, but I meant to move them
that's
up.
kind of a what?
That's a what, yeah. Because
A what?
what is happening with Scoot right now? They still got a lot of. I mean, Grant's still there.
He's not. Abvigia. I'll never get it. I'll never get it.
I'm not gonna try that one. That one.
Dennis, Denny. It's Denny, but whatever.
Abdia? Denny Abdia?
That's it. That sounded great.
Okay.
Shannon Sharp is on this team. He's fine.
Yeah.
Has DeAndre Ayton been playing? Like, is it worth saying that no, he hasn't been playing for like a month. Never mind.
Yeah. He's on the
Okay.
roster.
They're a what team?
They're a what team?
The Raptors.
Trash.
Let's just say they're trash for now.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
they're
good
not
with
good and they're in the East. because so many of their players are fine with Pirtle, Dick, Barnes.
They might be a
Or
what team next year, but like for this, I think maybe the rest of this year.
they're an
I'm sure.
aspiring what team?
Yeah, they're
They
aspiring
want to
what. I
be.
like that. They one day they
They
could
want
be
it.
in our what tier.
Maybe one day we can say that your fan base, you can have them.
Yeah.
This team is, yeah, no, that's it.
Until further notice, you are in the trash. All right, I like these tiers so far. At least those bottom two. I think that's good.
The Spurs too.
Oh
Spurs are
no, the
what?
Spurs. No, the Spurs. I haven't had them. I don't know what this is, but I like it. Yeah,
That's yeah. We can just put them at the end because of Wemby,
yeah. It's because of
the
Wemby. I don't know
Fox
what it is
trade.
just yet. Yeah, Fox. Yeah,
We never got to see it.
we never got to see it. So and all reports are that Wemby will be back, healthy, ready to go. So
I
next
mean, yeah,
season,
it's blood clots, right?
blood
So I don't
clots.
even know
Yeah,
how
I think he's just got to.
you can't exercise your way out of that.
Yeah,
Can you? Like,
they got to clear him out. I guess I don't know, but
yeah,
I haven't heard anything saying major concerns. I know it's a concerning injury, and it potentially could become a very risky situation. But as far as everything I've heard, everybody says it's okay, and he'll be back and ready to go. So it's just more of a bummer for this year because he was going to be defensive player of the year, and I wanted to see maybe his first playoff run
yeah.
minutes. So it would have been interesting.
A playing
Yeah,
game would
playing
have been
game
nice.
would have been nice, but we're not going to get any of that. So one more year we wait for the Wembenyama
One
train to
more,
come. Yeah, one more.
at least.
So
All right. Next team. So you can have them. We like. Is there
yeah, you can
anything
have
else
we
that you
like.
can have them? Okay.
All right, let's look
Um.
up
Yeah.
in this. Yeah, the next tier. So I don't know this, but I like them. I got a couple of. So now I got some teams moving here. I have the Denver Nuggets up in right there.
Yeah. They're right there.
Yeah.
They're not top.
No.
They split the series this weekend against the Thunder.
Yeah.
I like those back to backs.
Yeah, they look kind of
They've
cool.
been doing that a lot. It's nice that they're able to. All right, you lost. Oh, now she's MVP. Oh, Jokic just won. Oh,
Yeah.
now he's
Yeah.
MVP. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Statements were made this weekend. Yeah, no, but I like them. They've been playing great. But I still have some doubts about them, and I don't think they're quite there. Let's see what other teams that I have moving down. I had the Rockets moving down to the I don't know what this is, but I like it tier.
yeah, they're definitely
Yeah, they've kind of
right here.
fallen a notch. And then
Again, like looking at the future of the Rockets, would you be more excited for the Rockets or the Timberwolves over the next 3 years?
I think the Timberwolves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I think they have
Like,
a for sure star, and I think that's what the Rockets are missing. So
'cause who's the star in the Rockets? Amon Thompson,
yeah,
Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun. These are all like good players,
yeah,
but they're all like maybe one's a top 20 guy. I don't know.
yeah.
It's a weird
They're
team.
they're definitely in the Suns sell off trade talks. So
Maybe trade for a big star. That's kind of because they have a bunch of
yeah, pieces.
B plus guys.
So that'll be
Yeah,
and I
cool.
heard that they might be trying to wait it out to see if maybe Booker becomes available, something like that, which I think would be really interesting to see him in Houston.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was something I heard.
If the Suns just go full like Utah
Full, yeah,
and
like
like
yeah, we're just all right, we're done. Because at least from what I heard, Kevin Durant might not be re-signing there in the off season. So if that's the case, who knows?
right,
But I still think the Suns would be like, no, we're still good. We have Booker, but
and then Beal just stays in
yeah,
Phoenix
stays in
and
Phoenix.
does his Wizards thing, but in a Suns uniform instead.
Oh,
That would be the
Beal.
most Beal thing
That would be the most Beal thing.
to happen from this. All right. The Timberwolves, I think. Let's not talk about them yet. Let's talk about the Knicks.
Okay.
The Knicks, I kind of want to put in. I don't know what this is, but I like it. There was a quote. Michael Bridges was asked. He says he asked Coach Tom Thibodeau to back off a bit on the starters because the bench deserves more. Michael Bridges, the Iron Man of the NBA.
And it's like, hey man, ease up, dude.
And the thing is, he's saying, and he says it in the perfect way of like, "Hey, man, the
Yeah.
bench, man, let this bench. They
Yeah.
deserve more." Deuce McBride, Campaign, Landry Shamet, Precious Achua, and Mitch. It's not exactly, like the
Murderers
Thunder
row.
second unit here. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Deuce might get 8 points. I don't know. Robinson can get a block here. Like it's not, Shamet's. It's not. It's not a good bench. My point is, so
Yeah.
it's so funny
Man,
to see. because he's
It is
averaging
funny.
37.8 minutes per game. He only rests for 10
Whoa.
minutes a game, dude. I just
When
and
Bridges is kind of saying, "Hey, man, pull up a little bit," that's intense.
it's another level. So and what if the Knicks I had the Knicks record here?
Yeah.
They're 2-3 this month in March. They've been
Ooh,
7-4, 9-6, 12-2. They've been, so they're kind of tailing off a little bit. It's not a
a
good
little bit.
representation of it, but they've been not as good as
It
they
hasn't
once
felt. It
were.
hasn't felt as good. Just they
They're
seem
deep.
like
Yeah.
they definitely seem like a tier below, like the Cavs, who I'm sure we'll talk about here pretty soon. Um,
But
yeah, you
are
could
they
put them in
more at
there.
the end here or are
They
they
could
more
be.
like here?
I mean, I had him in the right there tier because I think
I'll keep
like
them here for now.
yeah, but at the
But
end, I feel
at
like
the end.
there's like a window where they could maybe make the conference finals if things break right, the bracket breaks right, and
Yeah.
like I guess technically that's right there. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird, but um, I did have
Okay.
the yeah, I had Golden State moved up a little bit.
Oh yeah. They're
Yeah,
right there. They're
they're right
right.
there.
Them and the Lakers are
Them and the
right.
Lakers moved up.
I don't know if you want Lakers over them or
I
Warriors.
got the Lakers over them
Yeah.
technically because they're
I think
the
that's
number 3 seed.
safe.
And then what about Memphis?
Memphis, I kind of want to move down. Jaren
Okay.
Jackson's hurt,
Yeah,
so
I
they're
had
kind
them
of like
down
a
too.
like
Them and
down.
the Rockets kind of I felt like they were in that space of like I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I
And
just feel like these three. You get Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Rockets. Each of them can what if anyone beat each other in the playoffs. I don't think anyone's gonna be that surprised about it,
yeah.
right? If the Timberwolves beat the Lakers, that'd be a little more surprising, even though it could totally happen. But I think yeah, the Grizzlies, Rockets are just falling like we're kind
Yeah.
of thinking it would. Not that good. And nobody plays like they're the anti Knicks. Nobody plays 30 minutes on this team on the Grizzlies, and they
On the
still
Grizzlies,
get
yeah.
hurt. Ja's been out for some reason multiple times. Like could you imagine
Yeah.
going to a Grizzlies game and all of a sudden, oh, John Morant's ruled
That's
out today? It's like,
yeah.
well, what the hell?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they
And
gotta watch Jalen Wells and yeah.
I think I was kind of holding on to them a little bit more because I was like, well, if they get job back, and it just seems like Ja's kind of getting into that realm. Maybe not quite where like Zion and Embiid are, but he's definitely in that realm of like maybe Luca levels where it's just like, hey, look, man, I get it, but you're not here that much, and
He's
you
only
know,
played 41 games this year.
yeah, that's not
And
enough, man.
and he played like he was compared to Derrick Rose's play style at the beginning of his
Hmm.
career. And here we are, year 6.
Yep,
I don't know, man. It's just
that's like after a while, you just can't do that anymore.
can't do that. And
You can't
Desmond
do
Bain is
that.
falling off a cliff in terms of
Okay.
3-point percentage. He's only averaging 6 a game. He was averaging 8.6 last year,
Wow.
shooting like 37%. 38 was last year. He was a 43 percenter in the
Yeah.
beginning
So
of
he's
his
a
career. It's been kind of a weird year, a quietly bad year, or a
yeah.
regressed year for Desmond Bain.
Maybe getting a little
Um,
more run, with Ja out so much, and now it's like the shots
If
aren't
he
as
has to handle
easy.
the ball more, yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly. He's taking worse shots. And then Jaren Jackson, I'm not sure how long he's out for.
Yeah. I haven't heard
Um,
how long exactly
I
he's gonna
think
be
he's
out, but
still out. Yeah, he's been out for a week or two now. And yeah, so this is
yeah.
definitely I don't know what this is team. Yeah,
Yeah. I
I
like
feel good
that.
about that.
I think the last team we really got to talk about here is the Cavs. I think they're up in the top tier. I
They're
think they've,
top.
yep, they have moved up.
They're a reluctant top, but they're
Reluctant top.
there.
Okay.
They I don't know, man. I feel
Hit
like a
me with it.
conspiracy theorist at this point
All
where I'm like,
right.
I swear this team is just not that good. It doesn't make any sense to me.
This
Like,
is,
everything just it's like watching them every game, everything just clicks every
yeah.
time. And I don't buy it as that like when the
Okay.
Nuggets when they beat the Thunder, they went like 56% from 3. And the Cavs do that like every other night. And I'm just
Can't,
thinking, I'm like, the Cavs, like, there's no I don't
they
feel like a
can't keep
team can
getting away with
really
this.
they can't yeah, at this kind of level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I know I was listening to Russillo and Simmons over the weekend, and they were talking about that they felt like they would be favored in a Cavs Celtics series, and I was just like, man, are you guys just trying to like not have the Boston bias or something, but like
No, it's just the anti-voodoo, like he's trying to take the scent off of Boston.
yeah, I just don't see it. Yeah, like I get it. The Cavs are definitely a contender, and I think they could easily beat the Celtics in a series. But like I still would be much or would expect the Celtics to win a 7-game series between those two teams. But
I just think the court's going to get so tight for Mobley's going to need a hit. People are like, Mobley's threes here this year. The guy takes 3 attempts, hits one per game,
yeah,
shooting 36%. He's not exactly lighting it up from three. And come playoff time, you're gonna need him to hit a three or two
yeah,
per game if you want the floor to open up more. So I don't buy it in that case. But I don't know when they're gonna get tested. Like what look at this. We have the Thunder, Nuggets, Lakers, Warriors, and then the Knicks. The Knicks aren't gonna beat the Cat. Like
no,
maybe Jalen Brunson can outperform like a little bit, but and then this whole tier is not until the Pistons, and then you can have them for the Pacers, Bucks. So it's
yeah,
like really it's just the Celtics against the
it's
Cavs.
just the Celtics. Yeah, let me see where because who's the 3 seed? Are the Knicks the 3 seed right now?
I think
I'm pulling it up.
so,
Yeah, they're the 3 seed. So,
right?
but even then, still they'd be going up against Boston. So yeah, no, I mean Cleveland's getting either Milwaukee or Indy right
And
now.
yeah,
And yeah, that should just be a walkover unless Giannis just goes crazy or something.
even then,
Even then,
the cat, yeah, no, that'd be weird. It's just, but you're all in on the Cavs. So do you think the
yeah.
Cavs can win the whole thing? Right? You're like, would you be
I
surprised if you saw Donovan Mitchell holding a trophy?
no
Or
at this point, I wouldn't be. I think their metrics are good enough where they're certainly within the realm of possibility. Um, I think there'd have to be something where maybe a Porzingis isn't 100% healthy in a series. I think if Porzingis is there, I think it's over. But I think if they don't have
okay,
Porzingis, yeah, I think that it becomes a little bit more interesting. I think they match up pretty well against Boston as far as like man
speaking
for
of guys
man.
that's never played, he's played
Yeah,
32
I
games
mean
this year.
the Boston is Porzingis playing stuff, or that's starting to become a thing now too. We're like, well, when they have Porzingis, but it's like, yeah, they never have Porzingis though, man.
Did
He
you know
didn't
he
even,
only played for the Knicks for 3 years? I thought he was there for like six.
yeah, that's a
And then
because
three in Dallas, two in Washington. What a weird career.
yeah, I forgot he got drafted by the Knicks. I thought he was a Mav at first, then I don't know why I forgot about that, but I remember he played for the Mavs with Luca. I was like, oh yeah, he played with Luca.
Yeah,
That's
they've had a
weird.
lot of. But sorry. So you're saying that the Porzingis, if Porzingis in Boston, it's a done deal. You
I
think
think
Boston's going to
then,
win the whole thing?
well, I think they have the best 5-man roster when or 5-man lineup when Porzingis is healthy. And I think that team can beat anybody. OKC, I think, is going to be their toughest test of the last 2 years if they get there and they're both in the finals.
You think? I think the Nuggets
Yeah.
would be a tougher test.
Okay.
I love the Nuggets five. Brown, Porter, Murray, Jokic,
I
and
don't
then
know if they have enough
Gordon.
shoot. Although who is going to guard Jokic on the Celtics?
That's what I'm saying, and he can find like yeah. Who's
Yeah.
the range? Yeah, the range is a little bit of a problem
Hmm.
for the Nuggets with Brown not exactly doing what Caldwell Pope was able to do there, but
Yeah.
um,
That would be my one hang up
yeah,
with them. I think I don't know if they'd be able to shoot enough. I just feel like I could count on Boston out shooting them 4 times out of 7. And even like
that's
I
yeah.
think they would have like 2 games for sure where they were just lights out, got them, and then I think they'd
Derek
have like
White gets
yeah,
40.
exactly. Derek White and
Oh man,
Pritchard get
they're quick
40, and
game.
then I think you'd have another night or two, another 2 nights where they shot well enough. You know what I mean? Where it's like okay, they shot well enough, and Russ and those guys just weren't making enough shots. But
But so you
that's
think the Thunder can outshoot them because of
no,
their
no. But I think the Thunder can maybe defend them. I think they can maybe
perimeter
be
defense more?
just
Okay,
just can hold them down, force them, run them off the line enough that, and then I think they have, obviously they have Shea, they have a good superstar, they have complementary pieces, and I don't think they have. anyone. I mean, they don't have anyone that can really exploit the Celtics like Jokic could. Man, Jokic
Yeah.
is such an X factor though right now. All right, I do want to talk about the Nuggets a little bit in the sense because I know we have them here in that right there tier. But do you kind of have that faith that Jokic can maybe just turn this thing on and make a run to the finals or
Yeah.
the conference finals? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they have the strongest starting five, like I said.
Yeah.
And then Westbrook coming off the bench for them. I'm speaking positive of Westbrook.
That's yeah. I mean, that's
Like
this is
he's
where we're at here, people.
this is where we're at right now. I know, but like he's in the perfect situation. Like with the Clippers, I think he was being asked to do a little too much, and it blew up
Yeah.
in their face come playoff time. I like Zeke Naji. He can hit a 3 or 2 a game. He can
Yeah.
provide a little bit of that range of being a big man. He hits maybe one a game, but yeah, and Julian Strother's fine. Like, but they are a little weak on their bench, and that's what people don't like about it. But come playoff time, man, you just need like
Yeah.
they needed 7 guys last time to win it. So I
Yeah.
think the Nuggets but the thing is the Nuggets, if they lose one of those guys, if they lose Michael Porter, if they lose Jamal
Yeah.
Murray, it's over.
It's over.
Well, the
Or
Celtics have the luxury of like, oh, we just need Porzingis for like 2 games every
yeah.
series,
Yeah.
and
Just
they'll
get
win
in there,
everything.
make us
Like,
unbeatable, and we'll win the other two. Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's gonna be a fun playoff round. I mean, all right. Anything else here on the tiers too, or you kind of how did we did this settle out here for you? Pretty good.
the Knicks feel.
Okay.
I
They
think I
feel
don't know.
we might be. I kind of like them where they're at, but we might be looking back at this start of the playoffs, or maybe after a second round exit from them, of like, okay, we were a little too bullish on them.
Or if they get upset in the first, then I'd be like, oh shoot, okay. Because I don't want to move them down, but
Man,
they're the only team in the East that we have here. Then the only
yeah.
team in the East here is the Pistons. We have 4 East teams in the top 3. Everyone else is down here. So,
Wow. The Eastern
come
Conference
on.
is brutal, man. I just I think in their position, I just don't know who they're gonna play in that first round. That really, I guess, yeah. Who's the current
The
matchup?
Pacers,
The Pacers.
but
I guess
they
that's
can beat the
yeah.
they
They can
match
beat
up well to the Pacers.
yeah, but that's certainly be interesting. I guess you're right. Like I don't think their first round win is like a for sure thing.
Right.
I guess right
But
now they
they're
maybe get Detroit.
but they're also the team. They're right there. They have to be right there, right? They trade 5 first round picks
Yeah,
for Michael
I think they're there.
Bridges.
Yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
there. I think they're right there, but they're right there of being right there.
And I think the Timberwolves, they're still, I don't know what this is, but man, it's looking good.
Yeah,
Man, like these last 15 games, if
they've
we
started to
revisit this, they're
pull.
like, oh, they're right there. And they get the 4th seed.
Yeah,
Right now, they're still the 7th, but I think they're like two and
see
a half
here.
games back, 3.5 maybe of the Grizzlies. So 4.5. It's not much. So
It's
the
not
Grizzlies are free
much.
falling. They could be. So I don't know,
Yeah, I
man.
mean Grizzlies and Houston. Who do you really trust? I mean, I guess they've won 3 in a row, both those teams.
Like if the Timberwolves
Oh
can just
man,
get to
it's
like the
interesting.
5th seed, because if they are the 6th seed, just don't
Yeah,
play
get
the
out of the
Nuggets or
plan.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Like even the Lakers, if they play the Lakers or the Grizzlies, I would love to see them in any of those series. Yeah, get out of the
Wow.
play-in too.
Yeah, get out of the plan. I know no game talk, but OKC currently up on Boston, 115-107.
Nice.
So there's that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shea's got to win MVP tonight, right? Is there
Yep.
any? Is there any? Should we talk MVP real quick? I don't know if you
Yeah,
have
we could
any
do a little
opinion on it.
MVP. I got some
Um,
thoughts.
okay. What is it? Shea? It's just Shea, right? Or is there still a
I
world where
mean,
Jokic should be winning this thing?
I guess it's kind of like two schools of thought that I've heard, and I guess that I think about is it's Shea if you are like a story person who's like a Derrick Rose type, MVP,
Yeah.
and then it's Jokic if you're like it's the best player in the league, and that's who it should be. If you're like the LeBron argument, basically, 'cause I there's just no reason Jokic shouldn't win it because of his numbers. But if you go best player, best team, I'm okay with that.
There's been so many MVPs. I feel like that LeBron didn't get. Maybe I could look back. There's probably like 3 or 4 of them he didn't get because
Yeah, there was just
he
a
just didn't have the
story.
story.
Yeah.
Right? He was the best player, but and so this award has never really been always has never always gone to the best player.
Yeah.
Um, so I think Shea has also earned it. Like it's not like
Yeah, no, and I that's what I think. I like to me, I get it. Jokic is the best player. I'm not saying Shea's better than him, but I think for this season, I think Shea might be the most valuable player. If I had a vote,
yeah,
honestly, I think my vote would go to Tatum. That would be me.
the password.
Yeah, the password, the analogy, or the anomaly.
There's three nicknames I saw from Colin Cowherd. The password, which is commonly forgotten.
That
The
was actually
Miss
very
Army
funny.
knife, not enough tricks in the bag, or the
Yeah.
75 cent missing a fourth quarter. I'm like, okay.
Fourth quarter. Wow.
But I
They
like the
use that on
password
LeBron.
because
The
it took
password.
us how many? It took us what 45 minutes to talk about Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
Or
frequently
so you
forgotten.
give it to Jason Tatum this year because
Because I think he's playing great. I think the Celtics have been good. But
okay, because you're
like to me,
a
this year
Boston
would be
homer now.
yeah, it'd be like, well, it'd be a little bit of a makeup award. If I had to vote, I would vote Tatum. I would think, and then I'd have like Shea 2 and Jokic 3 in my 5. But then I have Nico
Yeah,
Harrison 4th for the Lakers.
yeah. He might be. There's a I forget what I was listening to, but like if Nico could be cashing a Lakers check in like 4 years,
Hey, he's
he
got a
gets
landing
fired, and then
spot.
yeah, I know.
They
And
owe
that
him
would just
that.
be like, is this insider trading? Like, this is
Yeah,
crazy.
right.
Um,
He's gonna. And I want to announce I'm gonna trade Luca. No, I don't know, and I just think Tatum's been playing great, but I kind of get it. Shea's playing awesome. He's probably playing better than Tatum. So
to be honest, I like the argument of like if you take Jokic off the Nuggets are barely a playing team, probably, right?
yeah, yeah,
If you take Shea off the Thunder, they can still win probably
yeah,
45,
yeah. They
maybe.
still be a good team. They wouldn't be the contender, I don't think, but they'd be like a right there
Yeah,
type team. Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't feel it doesn't feel crazy if Shea wins.
No,
Because I wanted to say Jokic before, but yeah, it's fine.
I think this year more than any, it's kind of I think it's really on those lines of like, are you looking at it as like a single season storyline award, or do you look at it as legitimately who's the best player in the league? And if I think there's certain, depending on how you look at it. So I was listening to Simmons and Russillo, and it seemed like they were both leaning the other way. Like Simmons was leaning towards Shea, Russillo was leaning towards Jokic, and the arguments just seemed to be like Russillo was like, I just think Jokic is the best player, and
Right.
like I'm not gonna not give it to him because of this storyline.
That's why I hope the Thunder play the Nuggets. Um, we need that series.
Yeah, we need that
We
series.
can't let the Timberwolves ruin that again. But if they do, hey, let's go Anthony Edwards. Like
Yeah,
you forgot about me. I'm here.
I'm here.
Uh,
Remember me?
that'd be
What if we get a Anthony Edwards Luca conference finals again?
well, hang on. So like what
Lakers,
could happen
Minnesota.
is the Lakers are the 3 seed, Timberwolves are the 6 seed. Timberwolves beat the Lakers. And then so that's Anthony beats Luca. And then you get
Exercises the demons.
Timberwolves, yes, and then you get Timberwolves to go against the Nuggets, and the Nuggets get to exercise their demons.
Oh, okay. This is
And then you go
redemption
Nuggets
starts.
Thunder, and then I
Thunder
don't know
get
who's
their Thunder we
and
get
maybe
to
it's still
exercise their demons, conference finals demons.
yeah, okay. I was thinking maybe yeah, they can go that route. Or you could also have the story of Jokic exercising like, hey, I should have been the MVP.
You could have that. So
You know,
there's a lot of exercising of demons.
there's a lot of demons to exercise.
And then we
And then you
got
get
the
to go yeah. Then you try to get
finals.
that Boston Denver matchup we were supposed to have, or the Boston like there's a lot of good top heavy in this league. Like
Yeah.
any six of
Anyway, this
these
shakes
teams.
out, it's gonna be
Sorry,
good.
Knicks, but I'll still keep you there. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right. I mean, even if let's say you got the Knicks, they're not making the finals, but let's say they made the finals. Yeah, you'd have the New York market, you'd have Cat, you'd have Brunson. Like that'd be cool for the league. The league would be psyched about that. They're rooting
If
for Lakers, Knicks.
right, yeah, that'd be
They're,
insane.
they're
But
gonna get Cavs OKC.
we're gonna get Cavs OKC. Sorry, guys.
If Cavs OKC happens, that's like a Pistons Spurs
Yeah,
05.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of bummed out about that. I know it's still good basketball. Shea's great.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's great. It does feel like it's missing something though. If it's those two
There would
teams,
just be no
even though they're the
juice.
best
Yeah,
teams,
they're the best teams,
even
but there
though
would
they're
just be
totally the
no
best teams, I
juice.
don't just
Like I hate to be. I'm sorry, Charles Barkley, and or in the NBA media here, but I just feel like there would be no juice, man. Where's the
no.
juice in that series?
But again, I still don't trust the Cavs. We'll see. All right, let's get off of this because
Yeah.
there's more we can talk about with this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll talk more, and we'll have Joey back next week, so that'll be fun too as well. Get him back. Get his
I want
take
to
on
move
our.
the Knicks. I'm gonna leave it.
All right,
All
he
right.
really wants to move the Knicks. Joey, let us know what you thought about our bracket. Everybody else, let us know what you thought about our tiers. Sorry, not bracket, tiers. But other than that, that is it for us tonight. Follow us on social media at the Box Out Boys. Slide in those DMs. Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review on YouTube and Spotify. We very much appreciate that. So until next time, guys, box out.